Welcome, weary traveler, to the quiet edges of the night, where the restless noise of the world slowly fades into a gentle hum. Before we untether our minds from the harbor of our waking hours, let us take a moment to simply be. Draw in a slow, deep breath, feeling the gentle rise of your chest. And as you exhale, let go of the heavy anchors of the day. Allow your body to sink deeper, feeling the soft, comforting embrace of your bed beneath you. You are safe here, cocooned in the stillness. If you find comfort in this quiet space, if these tranquil whispers among the stars bring you peace, I invite you to gently tap the subscribe button so that we may continue to journey together, drifting through the endless night sky whenever you need a place to rest. For the past century, the silver screens of our world have painted a magnificent, shimmering dream in our minds. We have watched, wide-eyed in the dark, as brave astronauts stepped effortlessly onto sleek, gleaming vessels of glass and metal, vessels that seemed to defy the very fabric of nature. In those beautiful, bright stories, humanity skips across the ocean of space with boundless ease, crossing thousands of light years in the mere blink of an eye. We watch them slip seamlessly into glowing wormholes, surfing on rivers of bent starlight, leaving ribbons of neon colors in their wake. They arrive at distant, exotic worlds, orbiting strange alien suns, as easily as we might cross a quiet, familiar river on a Sunday afternoon. Through these mesmerizing tales, we have been taught to believe that leaving the cradle of our solar system is only a matter of time. We hold onto the comforting illusion that human ingenuity will soon unlock the farthest corners of the universe, and that the vast cosmic ocean is simply waiting for our ships to set sail. But as you lie here tonight, safe and warm in your sanctuary, let the loud, flashing lights of those cinematic dreams slowly begin to dim. Watch them fade, softening into the deep, quiet velvet of reality. Because modern physics, the silent, unyielding laws that govern everything from a singular falling leaf to the grandest, swirling galaxy, and tells a completely different and much quieter story. Tonight, we are going to explore a truth that is rarely spoken of in the bright, fast-paced lights of Hollywood. It is a truth that some might call melancholic or isolating at first glance. But as we drift deeper into its depths, you will find that it is, in fact, profoundly calming. The universe, in all its infinite, breathless majesty, is not a bustling highway waiting to be conquered. It has drawn a vast, protective circle around our home. It has not built these boundaries with walls of stone or iron, but with invisible, absolute rules forged by the very nature of space and time. These boundaries hold us gently in place, keeping us safely anchored near the familiar warmth of our own sun. They ensure that the unfathomable distances of the deep, dark remain exactly as they are meant to be, vast, undisturbed, and perfectly still. Tonight, we will let go of the frantic pace of science fiction. We will not rush through the stars. Instead, we will wander at a beautifully slow pace through the grand, quiet numbers of reality. We will let the sheer, magnificent scale of the cosmos wash over us, feeling how its immense emptiness washes away all of our small, worldly anxieties. We will come to understand why the dream of reaching the distant stars might forever remain just that, a beautiful, untouchable dream. And in that quiet realization, we will find a strange, deeply comforting peace. There is no rush, no need to conquer the void. So, let your mind drift now, floating effortlessly away from the noise of the earth. Imagine the vibrant lights of our world slowly fading behind you, softening into a single pale glow. As we step together into the grand, quiet solitude of the absolute void. The helplessness before the numbers. To truly understand the beautiful, gentle isolation of our home, we must first let our minds drift outward, away from the familiar blue and green, and slowly begin to comprehend the breathtaking scale of the great cosmic ocean. Imagine floating upward, leaving the warm atmosphere behind, until the earth becomes nothing more than a brilliant, fragile marble suspended in the deep velvet dark. As you drift further outward, gliding past the rust-colored sands of Mars, past the majestic, swirling storms of Jupiter, and the delicate, icy rings of Saturn, you eventually reach the quiet, twilight edges of our planetary family. Here rests Neptune, a serene, cerulean sphere, slumbering in the dim, distant light of our Sunday. Neptune sits at 30 astronomical units away, which simply means it is 30 times further from the Sun than we are. Even light itself, the swiftest messenger in the universe, takes more than 4 hours of silent, uninterrupted flight just to touch Neptune's freezing clouds. But in the grand architecture of the cosmos, Neptune is merely the front porch of our home, the very first stepping stone before the true wilderness begins. Beyond this icy realm lies the interstellar void, a place of profound, undisturbed stillness. The closest star to our solar system, and our nearest celestial neighbor, is a small, quiet, red dwarf known as Proxima Centauri. It sits at a distance of 4.24 light-years away, a number that translates to roughly 25 trillion miles. These numbers are so vast, so unimaginably large, that the human mind simply cannot hold them. They slip through our thoughts like fine sand through relaxed fingers. So, let us bring the universe down to a scale we can touch, a scale we can gently hold in our hands. Imagine, if you will, that our brilliant, life-giving Sunday, the anchor of our entire world, were shrunk down to the size of a simple basketball. Picture this basketball resting quietly on a pedestal right in the bustling heart of New York City. Now, on this very same scale, where do you suppose our nearest neighbor, Proxima Centauri, would be? To find it, you would have to leave New York, floating over the vast forests, the winding rivers, the sprawling plains, and the towering mountain ranges of the entire North American continent. You would drift all the way to the western coast, to the sunny shores of Los Angeles, nearly 3,000 miles away. There, resting quietly, would be another small basketball. And what exists between that basketball in New York and the one in Los Angeles? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is a staggering, unfathomable expanse of empty space, devoid of planets, devoid of warmth, holding nothing but the occasional, solitary speck of ancient dust or a wandering comet lost in the dark. That is the true texture of our universe, an endless, quiet canvas of emptiness, gently separating the tiny islands of light to cross this silent sea. We have built magnificent machines. Consider the Voyager 1 spacecraft, a tiny, fragile emissary of human curiosity. Carrying a golden record filled with the sounds of our world, Voyager has been traveling for nearly 50 years, gliding away from the sun at a staggering speed of 38,000 miles per hour. It has finally pierced the invisible bubble of our solar system, stepping out into the interstellar medium. To us, its speed feels immense, but against the endless, dark canvas of the universe, Voyager is barely crawling at its current tireless pace. It will take Voyager 1 roughly 75,000 years just to travel a single light year. And if it were somehow pointed directly at Proxima Centauri, which it is not, this lonely little wanderer would have to glide through the absolute dark for over 70,000 years before it finally arrived. 70,000 years of perfect silence, of waiting, of drifting. Even our swiftest creation, the Parker Solar Probe, which borrows the immense gravity of the Sun to whip through space at an astonishing 430,000 miles per hour, is humbled by the cosmic void. Even at that extreme velocity, it would still take over 1,500 years to cross a single light year, and nearly 7,000 years to reach our closest neighbor. We are slow, beautifully, perfectly slow, and the universe is wonderfully vast. There is a profound comfort in this immense scale. It tells us that the universe is not in a hurry, and neither should we be. We are nested safely in our own quiet pocket of space, protected by the sheer, insurmountable expanse of the void. There is no need to rush, no need to conquer the impossible distances. We can simply lie back, resting our heavy eyes, and marvel at the quiet, unyielding patience of the dark. The gentle tether of mathematics. Perhaps, as you lie here, looking up at the imaginary canvas of the night sky, a thought begins to softly form, a quiet voice of human optimism, whispering that we simply need to build stronger engines, that we just need to harness a brighter, more powerful fire to push us through the dark. It is a beautiful, hopeful thought. But this is where we encounter the most profound and unyielding law of motion. It is not a physical wall, nor a storm of cosmic debris. It is something much quieter. It is a simple, elegant whisper of mathematics, known as the rocket equation. In the boundless vacuum of space, there is nothing to push against, no water to paddle, no air to catch a sail, no solid earth beneath our feet. To move forward in the great dark, you must push something away from you, out into the void behind. We do this by burning fuel, creating a silent, glowing exhaust that gently nudges our ships ahead. But here lies the beautifully intricate paradox of the cosmos. The fuel itself has weight. It has mass. This means to push your ship forward, you must bring fuel. But to push that heavy fuel forward, you need even more fuel. And to carry that additional fuel, you need still more. It is a gentle, ever-expanding spiral, a mathematical tether that lovingly but firmly binds us to our origins. It ensures that the effort to leave our home grows exponentially heavier with every single step we try to take. Imagine a magnificent, futuristic vessel, a cathedral of polished metal and sleeping minds, designed to reach half the speed of light. To achieve such an incredible, breathtaking pace using the power of fusion, the mathematics of the universe demand a ratio of 18:1. This means if the living quarters, the precious cargo of human life, the soil, the water, and the memories of Earth weigh 100 tons, the ship must carry 1,750 tons of fuel just to begin the journey. Picture this vessel drifting through the silent deep, It is not the sleek, nimble silver dart we see in the movies. It is a colossal, quiet leviathan. 98% of its magnificent, towering structure is nothing more than a slumbering reservoir of energy, a giant, fragile bubble of fuel floating in the absolute dark, with only a tiny, microscopic speck of a cabin resting at its very tip. And the mathematics of the universe are not finished with us yet. Because space is completely devoid of friction, you cannot simply take your foot off the gas to slow down. If you approach a new star at half the speed of light, you will simply flash past it, a fleeting ghost in the night, disappearing forever into the endless void on the other side. To gently arrive and to safely enter the warm embrace of a new sun, you must stop. You must slowly, carefully, and turn your massive ship around and burn the engine in reverse. You must fight your own momentum, pushing back against the dark to bring your vessel to a graceful rest. To do this, you must carry the fuel to slow down all the way from Earth. You must push the fuel you need for braking, using the fuel you need for accelerating. The gentle spiral of mathematics doubles back on itself. The ratio swells to an astonishing 36-1. Our quiet 100-ton vessel now requires over 3,500 tons of sleeping energy. The sheer weight of our ambition becomes a monumental burden, quietly discouraging us from leaving the shore. But let us imagine we accept a slower pace. Let us imagine we breathe deeply, release our need for speed, and design a ship that travels at a gentle, drifting 5% of the speed of light. A journey that would take a peaceful, uninterrupted 85 years to reach the nearest star. Here, in the deep, silent river of time, we encounter a different kind of paradox, a melancholic, philosophical dance known as incessant obsolescence. Picture a brave crew waving a silent goodbye to the blue marble of Earth, settling into their quiet, metallic home for an 85-year sleep. They drift away into the endless black, but back on Earth, time does not stop. Humanity continues to dream and continues to build. 50 years later, in the comfort of our home system, we discover a new, brilliant way to travel. We build a second, faster ship, one that can glide at 10% of the speed of light. This new vessel needs only 42 years to cross the Great Divide. And so, in the profound silence of the interstellar night, a quiet, ghostly overtaking occurs. The second ship, moving effortlessly through the dark, catches up to the first. Imagine the sheer, beautiful melancholy of that moment. The original crew, who dedicated their entire existence, who aged gracefully in the quiet hum of their lonely ship, who watched the stars slowly shift over decades of isolation, finally approach their destination. But as their target star begins to warm their sensors, they receive a gentle radio transmission, a greeting from their own descendants. The people who left Earth half a century after them have already arrived. They have already built a home. The unimaginable sacrifice of the first crew, their long, quiet lifetime in the void, becomes a beautifully tragic testament to the relentless march of time. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, teaches us a silent lesson here. It whispers that rushing into the dark is an illusion, that the vast distances and the steady flow of time are too great to be conquered by mere machines. It asks us to be patient, to realize that sometimes the most profound journey is not the one across the stars, but the quiet acceptance of where we belong and the gentle passing of time right where we are. The gentle sentinels of the void. Let us imagine for a quiet moment that we have somehow found a way to carry the impossible weight of our ambitions. Imagine that our massive, slumbering vessel has gently slipped away from the harbor of our solar system, accepting the slow, majestic passage of time. As the familiar warmth of our sun fades into a single, distant pinpoint of light, we find ourselves gliding deeper into the profound darkness of interstellar space. When we look out into this vast ocean, our human eyes perceive an absolute, perfect emptiness, a boundless expanse of nothing at all. But the universe is a tapestry of infinite subtlety. The deep void is not truly empty. It is softly woven with the faintest, most delicate threads of matter. Drifting quietly through the immense dark, countless microscopic grains of ancient stardust and lonely, wandering atoms of hydrogen. They are the silent, floating remnants of the cosmos, scattered like an imperceptible mist across trillions of miles. When a vessel moves through this mist at the gentle, natural speeds of the cosmos, these particles are utterly harmless. They brush against the hull like the softest evening breeze, leaving no trace of their passing, but humanity, in our restless, waking dreams, always wishes to go faster. We dream of crossing the void at a fraction of the speed of light, eager to reach the distant shores. And it is here, when we try to rush through the dark, that the gentle mist of the universe transforms into a silent, unyielding barrier. When you move through space at extraordinary velocities, the quiet stillness of these tiny particles is replaced by an overwhelming kinetic force. A single speck of ancient dust, no larger than a grain of fine white sand, striking a ship at a fifth of the speed of light, releases a blinding, immense flash of pure energy. It is not an act of hostility from the cosmos, but simply the pure, unbroken laws of physics, softly but firmly pushing back against our intrusion. To survive this invisible, rushing tide, a vessel must protect itself. It cannot be sleek or fragile. It must wear a heavy armor, massive, silent walls of dense metal, meters thick, designed to absorb the constant, shimmering impacts of the interstellar mist. But as we learned from the gentle tether of mathematics, every inch of this thick, protective metal adds a tremendous amount of weight, and every ounce of weight requires more sleeping fuel to push it forward. The protective shell we need to survive the journey becomes the very anchor that prevents us from ever leaving the shore. It is nature's way of ensuring that the delicate balance of the void remains undisturbed. Beyond the scattered stardust, there is another, even more ethereal presence in the deep dark. It is an invisible tide known to scientists as galactic cosmic rays. Though the name sounds grand and scientific, it is simply the silent, invisible glow of ancient history, eons ago. Massive stars lived out their brilliant lives and faded away in magnificent, quiet explosions. The energy from those ancient farewells has been traveling across the universe ever since, filling the interstellar void with a steady, invisible rain of highly energized light. Here, on Earth, we are wonderfully sheltered from this ancient rain. Our beautiful blue marble wraps us in a soft, invisible blanket, a powerful magnetic field that gently deflects the energy of the deep cosmos. Beneath this magnetic sky, we can walk through lush green forests and sleep in warm beds, completely untouched by the harshness of the void. But out there, beyond the cradle of our world, this ancient, energetic light is everywhere. It is a profound, penetrating force that easily passes through the metallic walls of a wandering ship. It is an environment of pure, untamed energy, one that is deeply incompatible with the fragile, delicate biology of the human form. Without the thick, comforting blanket of a planet's atmosphere, this invisible light slowly disrupts the quiet, natural rhythm of living cells. It is a silent reminder that our bodies were woven from the soil and air of our own world, and they are perfectly designed to stay right where they are. The vacuum of space itself is a realm of absolute, breathless perfection. It is completely devoid of pressure, devoid of the warm, heavy air that fills our lungs and allows us to speak, to sing, to breathe. To step into that perfect vacuum without protection is to instantly realize how deeply tethered we are to the atmospheric embrace of our home. In the void, there is no air to carry the sound of a voice. There is only a supreme, eternal quiet. There is a strange, majestic beauty in this realization. The barriers of space are not cruel or violent. They are simply the natural, quiet architecture of a universe that is far grander than we can comprehend. They are the gentle sentries of the dark, quietly whispering that the stars are meant to be admired from afar, sparkling safely in our night sky while we rest securely on the solid, welcoming ground of our home. So, pull your blankets a little closer and feel the profound comfort of the heavy, breathable air in your room. Feel the steady, protective embrace of the earth below you. You are exactly where you are meant to be, shielded from the silent expanse of the great dark. The quiet fading of the generation ship. Because the great ocean of space is so unfathomably wide, and because the gentle flow of time stretches out so far beyond the span of a single human life, the only way humanity could ever hope to cross the dark is to build a vessel that carries time itself, to bridge the impossible distance between the stars. We dream of the generation ship. It would not be a mere vehicle, but a colossal, solitary ark, a quiet, floating city, designed to drift silently across the centuries, carrying thousands of souls through the deep, unending night. Imagine the deep, resonant stillness inside such a magnificent vessel. Picture endless, gently curving corridors, lined with softly glowing panels of light, mimicking the fading twilight of a world left far behind. Listen closely to the steady, rhythmic hum of the heavy life support systems, the gentle, mechanical heartbeat of a sleeping leviathan, faithfully keeping the air flowing and the water pure, in a place where nature has provided neither. Deep within its metallic belly, there would be quiet, artificial gardens, rows of green vines and hydroponic trees growing under the pale glow of simulated sunlight. The air would carry the soft, damp scent of recycled earth and blooming flora, a small, fragile memory of a home that is slipping further away with every passing second. For the brave souls who first stepped aboard this lonely ark, the journey is a long, quiet sacrifice. They watch the brilliant blue marble of Earth slowly shrink, fading into a pale, insignificant speck of dust, knowing with absolute certainty that they will close their eyes for the final time, long before the journey ever ends. They are simply the first page of a very long, quiet book. But as the decades softly cascade into centuries, as the deep silence of the void presses against the hull, a profound and melancholic transformation occurs within the enclosed walls of the ship. Imagine the children of the third, the fifth, and the 10th generation. They are born in the quiet hum of the medical bay, beneath a ceiling of metal rather than a canopy of stars. They grow up walking on floors that gently curve, held down by the slow, sleepy rotation of a spinning cylinder. They have never felt the warm, unpredictable kiss of a natural summer breeze, never watched a real storm roll across an open horizon, never walked barefoot on cool, damp grass. To them, Earth is not a memory. It is a beautiful, fading myth. It is a soft lullaby, whispered by their ancestors in the quiet, dim hours of the ship's night cycle. A fairy tale about a magical sphere of endless blue water and bright, open skies. Their entire, comprehensible universe is bound by walls of steel and glass, enveloped by an eternal, unchanging blackness outside their small, thick windows. In this profound, unyielding isolation, the human mind slowly begins to adapt. The vast, empty silence of the void seeps through the heavy walls, settling deep into the consciousness of the passengers. The original, burning urgency of the mission, the grand desire to conquer a new star system, gently softens and eventually fades away. It is replaced by a quiet, hypnotic acceptance of the endless drift. Cut off from the flowing, chaotic river of human history, the inhabitants of this silent ark begin to drift in their own peaceful direction. Over hundreds of years of perfect, undisturbed isolation, their spoken language slowly morphs and reshapes itself. It softens, becoming a unique, echoing dialect meant only for long, quiet corridors and small, enclosed rooms. The sharp edges of their ancestors' words gently wear away, much like stones smoothed by a slow, ancient river. Their stories change, their dreams change. They forget what it means to look up at a distant moon. They forget the feeling of rain. Even if this magnificent, lonely ark survives the impossibly long passage and eventually glides into the warm light of Alpha Centauri, the people who finally step out of its heavy doors will be strangers. The humanity that left Earth will have softly faded away in the dark, replaced by a gentle, alien culture shaped entirely by centuries of silence and confinement. The original dream does not survive the journey. It simply dissolves in the deep space. Like a fleeting thought right before you fall peacefully asleep. There is a strange, quiet beauty in this realization. It teaches us that we are deeply, inextricably bound to the environment that created us. As you lie here tonight, you do not need to wander through the cold, metallic halls of a lonely ship. You are safely anchored in your own quiet room. You have the immense comfort of the solid earth beneath your home, the gentle rustle of leaves outside your window, the reassuring breath of a world that knows you and holds you securely in its gravity. Let the heavy burden of those imaginary centuries in the dark simply drift away. Release the thought of the endless, cold corridors and sink deeper into the warm, familiar peace of your own bed. You are home. And here, in the quiet of the night, there is nowhere else you need to be. The Isolated Kingdom and the 8-year sentence. Let us drift onward now, to the very end of this imaginary voyage. Imagine that after a century of profound and unbroken silence, our massive, wandering ark finally begins to slow. The long, heavy sleep of the journey draws to a close. As the ship gently glides into the quiet, crimson glow of our nearest stellar neighbor, Proxima Centauri, here, resting quietly In the dim, red light is a world known as Proxima B. In our eager, earthbound dreams, we so often picture lush, green paradises waiting for us across the dark, pristine mirror images of our own home. But the universe, in its infinite, creative majesty, paints with a very different and much more dramatic brush. Proxima B is what astronomers call a tidally locked world. It is held in a tight, eternal, gravitational embrace by its mother star. Because of this beautifully strict dance, the planet does not spin freely. It does not experience the gentle rhythmic turning of day and night, the comforting, fading twilight that lulls us to sleep, or the soft, dewy mornings that wake us up. Instead, one half of this silent sphere is turned forever toward the glowing red sun. It is a hemisphere bathed in an eternal, deep, scarlet daylight, where the ancient rocks are endlessly warmed by the unblinking eye of the star. The other half of the world, the Testin, faces permanently outward into the deep, infinite black. It is a side locked in an endless, frozen midnight, covered in vast, silent sheets of dark ice, where the stars never move and the sun never rises. And resting right between these two extremes lies a narrow ring of eternal twilight, the Terminator line. Here, the warm air from the sunlit side constantly rushes into the freezing void of the dark side, creating a perpetual, sweeping wind, a continuous atmospheric sigh that drifts endlessly across the barren stone. The star itself, Proxima Centauri, is a small red dwarf. It is a restless, spirited, celestial body, one that frequently releases immense, radiant waves of glowing, energetic light. These waves sweep across the planet's surface, washing away any fragile, unprotected atmosphere. To build a quiet life here, humanity could not live freely under an open sky. We would have to gently retreat downward, burrowing our homes deep beneath the heavy, protective stone of the planet's crust. We would trade the infinite, open expanse of a blue sky for the quiet, enclosing embrace of subterranean halls, softly illuminated by warm, artificial amber lights designed to mimic a sunset they could never truly see. But the most profound isolation of this distant kingdom is not physical. It is temporal. Even if a colony were to survive in those quiet, underground caves, the invisible, comforting tether that connects them to the blue skies of Earth would be forever broken by the ultimate, unbreakable law of the cosmos. Light itself, the fastest entity in existence, takes over 4 years to cross the vast, silent ocean between us. Imagine standing in one of those deep, stone corridors on Proxima B and sending a simple radio message back to Earth, a quiet, digital whisper gently drifting out into the dark. You would wait as that invisible wave travels endlessly for 4.24 years, passing quietly through the interstellar mist, gliding over solitary comets, just to reach the listening dishes of our home world. And if Earth replied immediately, that gentle answer would take another 4.24 years to make the long journey back to you. A single, simple conversation, a warm greeting, and a reply requires nearly 9 years of waiting, 9 years of silence. If you sent a message when a child was born, you would not hear the congratulations from Earth until that child was nearly 10 years old. There is no sharing of a quiet laugh. There is no real-time comfort. There is only a profound oceanic delay. In the span of that immense silence, cultures inevitably drift apart. The underground dwellers of this distant world would slowly forget the bustling rhythms of Earth. without the constant, flowing river of shared history. Their language would change, reshaping itself to fit the echoing acoustics of their stone home. Their laws, their dreams, their understanding of themselves would evolve in complete isolation. They would no longer be a branch of our world. They would become a beautifully distinct, isolated tribe of the stars. The grand unified galactic empires we imagine in our stories are gently, naturally dissolved by the sheer scale of light and time. The universe ensures that if we ever do scatter into the dark, we will only create distant, isolated islands, forever separated by a beautiful, insurmountable sea of silence. There is a quiet, relieving truth hidden in this vast separation. We are not meant to conquer the stars or force our way into an unending, stressful empire. We are meant to find peace in our own protected isolation. Just as you are safely isolated in your room right now, you do not need to wait nearly a decade to feel the comforting presence of your world, the gentle hum of your home, the soft, familiar shadows on your wall, the steady rhythm of your own breath. They are all here with you in this very moment. Let the image of that distant, frozen world softly fade away. Let the vast, silent distances of the universe collapse back down into the cozy, warm dimensions of your own resting space. The universe out there is incredibly wide, but your world tonight is perfectly and beautifully small. As our long, quiet journey through the profound depths of the cosmos comes to a gentle close, allow your mind's eye to slowly turn around. Look back across the immense, silent ocean of dark we have just traversed. Far away, across trillions of miles of undisturbed, quiet emptiness, there is a single, fragile speck of light. A tiny, glowing mote of dust suspended in a vast, silent sunbeam, a pale blue dot. That magnificent, delicate little sphere is everything we have ever known. It is every snow-capped mountain, every deep, rolling ocean, every quiet, whispering forest, and every gentle evening breeze. It holds every memory, every dream, every softly spoken word ever shared in the dark. When we finally confront the true, staggering reality of the cosmic distances, it is entirely natural to feel a fleeting sense of sorrow. It can feel as though the universe has placed us in a beautifully vast, unreachable isolation. But as you lie here tonight, resting in the quiet comfort of your room, I invite you to see this truth not as a melancholic limitation, but as a profound, invaluable gift. The universe, in all its cold, majestic expanse, is simply too vast and unyielding for us to carelessly abandon our home and wander into the dark. It is nature's gentle but firm reminder that this earth, with its breathable, sweet air, its endless reservoirs of flowing water, its invisible, protective, magnetic embrace, and its perfect, comforting gravity, is a miraculous oasis. It is a singular, glowing sanctuary in an endless desert of eternal night. There is a deep and reassuring peace in knowing that we do not need a magnificent fleet of silver ships to save us. We do not need to scatter our children across the cold, distant stars to find meaning. We are already exactly where we are meant to be. Our existence here, on this quiet, slowly spinning globe, is not a punishment of isolation. It is a beautiful, quiet culmination. We are the universe itself, finally waking up, looking around, and trying to understand its own magnificent scale. We do not need to physically touch the distant, burning galaxies to appreciate them. We can simply lie back, close our heavy eyes, and touch the stars with our thoughts. The invisible walls of the cosmos are not a cold prison. They are a loving boundary, quietly whispering that we must cherish, preserve, and protect the only sanctuary we will ever have. So, the next time you step outside on a clear, dark night and look up at the glittering tapestry above, look at those distant, ancient fires with a heart full of reverence and quiet gratitude. They are breathtakingly beautiful, precisely because they will always remain gently out of our reach. They are a beautiful, sparkling ceiling to our world, a glowing canopy over the home that holds us tight. As you sink deeper into the warm, soft embrace of your bed, feel the steady, ancient gravity of the earth holding you perfectly secure. Let the vast, incomprehensible distances of space slowly fade away, leaving only the calm, rhythmic beating of your own heart and the slow, steady rise and fall of your breath. Thank you for sharing this quiet space with me tonight. If this gentle journey has brought you a moment of stillness, please consider leaving a soft like and gently tapping the subscribe button. Let this channel be your quiet anchor, a peaceful harbor you can always return to whenever you need to. Simply float away from the noise of the world. May your dreams be as vast and peaceful as the cosmos, and may you wake tomorrow feeling deeply rested on our precious, beautiful blue planet. Good night, and sleep wonderfully well.